Welcome to the next lecture where we're going to be researching and showing you how to research your competitors, and you're going to shadow me as I do this firsthand inside YouTube. You're going to see me researching and finding my competitors so that you can imitate what we're doing and do that for your own niche and your own channel ideas. Now, we mentioned earlier when I did the 4 different types of YouTube videos that was researching the style of video. What does each style of video need? And we research people in the real world examples, what they're doing and what it looks like. Now we need to research what I call the packaging of your videos, which arguably is even more important. You need to understand what topics to create about, what these thumbnails should look like, and what the title should be. Now, why is that important? On YouTube and all social media really, but especially YouTube, the first thing people see is the list of thumbnails and titles. And they can see the topic, thumbnail, title. That's all they've got to go on to click it. If they don't click it, it doesn't matter how good your video is, no one's going to see it. So your packaging is so important, even more so important than your style of video or how well your video is shot, arguably, because if no one clicks it, no one sees that anyway. It is the first entrance into someone engaging with your content. So we need to get this right. So I'm going to show you how to research and then how to make what I call a research sheet. This is systematically taking down your research of titles, thumbnails, and topics, how to systematically extract that from your competitors that we look at, and it's going to enable you to create a list of what could potentially be your next or first 30 videos or so. It'll tell you what your thumbnails in your niche need to look like to get the perfect template, and even the perfect template for your titles, what's needed in titles, how they should look, and this can dictate the topics and what it is you talk about. Through research done correctly in the right way, where you can find out what it is you need to create videos about. Don't create, upload, and see if your audience like it. See what your audience like, create and upload. We backward engineer it from what we know our audience likes, and then we create, not create and then see if they like it. The evidence is already out there for what works for your channel. Let's go and find it. So this is where everything we've worked on all comes together. Really, you're going to get the last little stage, what it is, what are the actual videos I'm going to be creating, what should they look like, all that stuff. We're going to get into it right now. You're going to research with me. I'm going to research with you right here. And the first point to make sure, understanding how to research correctly, you've made in the first lectures of this section, you've worked out who your audience is. So you need to research by searching in YouTube, for example, on this platform, like your viewer. Now I'm doing an example here of imagining I want to create a female skewed fitness channel with the niche even tighter than that, at home workouts. That's the niche I'm going for here. That's what I'm searching for. I just randomly generated that. Maybe yours is, and we've done the other style of videos. Maybe it's informing, tech reviews, could be vlogging, whatever it is, search as if you are your viewer. So for example, if I searched in here, 10-minute workouts at home abs. Maybe that is exactly the kind of thing that my viewer would be searching for. And I can start seeing what's coming up here, what these look like. Now what I do is I screenshot these, screenshot this. Another one, skewed female audience. That's what I said my demographic is. This one, this one. Also this title, this title, this title. Now I do another thing. I go like, I want to see just workout at home for women. Let's see what that generates. And I would start grabbing this and this. I would grab this and these titles also. And I'd put them right down. I'd put them onto a sheet, and that's coming up in the next lecture. We're going to make a research sheet. Just start grabbing these and grabbing information. At least 30. That's what you need. We'll get into that in a moment. So research and search as if you are your audience. Now, the next section is the next step. If I click one of these videos, for example, let me pause that. And I want to see and obsess over here. What am I being suggested for? And I need to obsess over suggested because if a viewer comes to similar videos to mine, I want to be suggested on these videos and vice versa. So I'm going to start seeing what's being suggested here. I'm going to click another one and I can start seeing to do exactly the same thing. What is suggested here and start obsessing over what's suggested. YouTube knows way more information about the audience watching these videos than you do. We can guess, but YouTube knows when someone watched this video, they went on to watch these videos, or they have enough information about the viewers to know they like this type of content. Let's use YouTube's algorithm to our advantage and see what it suggested. This is how you can go in, find 1 or 2 videos, and then keep plummeting through the suggested videos to see what it's like. Now the next step is organic video suggestions. This takes some time, but if you watch enough of these videos, if I'm logged into my YouTube channel and I watch enough of these videos, same as if you're on Instagram and you look at enough of the content, or Facebook too, TikTok, if you look at enough of that niche, that type of content, it will organically get suggested to you. Now this is really important you do this. You may have a YouTube channel account that you've been watching other things on, create a new one and only watch this type of content. You'll soon see your whole feed of suggested populated organically with the right kind of content that you might not be able to find if you've been searching on a channel that you've had for years and you've watched all kinds of content on. Create a new channel, go on, watch lots of these videos, and then see what is suggested organically. YouTube will then be suggesting videos it knows does well. For example, it's got a higher click-through rate, a higher retention and watch time, because YouTube wants you as a viewer on the platform for longer. It wants you there looking at adverts. YouTube is a business, it wants to make money. It can do so if you watch adverts. So they're going to systematically suggest you well-performing videos. You can now see what is suggested organically, and perhaps they are some of your next videos you're going to create. So screenshot those thumbnails, grab those titles, and start recording it on your sheet. So we're going to make this sheet in the very next lecture, but let me first go over and show you exactly what it is I think you need for your sheet. First, click 30 thumbnails, at least 30 thumbnails onto a sheet. Screenshot these on your phone, make a folder, whatever it is. I like to make a document. I put the thumbnails all there on one page, and I start seeing what are the similarities between these thumbnails. I write down, are they all bright and airy? Are they colorful? Is there text on the thumbnails? Is there always a person or a face or an expression? How is it set up? Are there large text, small text, no text, colors, everything? I start recording, what are the similarities? And you'll be surprised if you have 30 plus thumbnails in your niche, you'll be surprised how many similarities there are between them. And these similarities are telling us from these successful videos what is required from a thumbnail in that niche. Now you do exactly the same thing with titles. These could be for the same thumbnails. Start recording down at least 30 titles. Put them right under each other and look through. Is there similarities between these titles? Do they all have a time amount in them, 5 steps, a clickbait word? Is there something in the trend, like a search term that's needed in there? What is the structure of the perfect title for your niche? Again, you'll be surprised what comes up with the structure, and I'll show you when we do our research sheet in the next section so that you can copy what I did to do this for yourself. Make sure you write down exactly what the similarities are. You'll already have in your mind what your perfect thumbnail looks like. You can then actually go away and have your first 30 titles and then have your first 30 thumbnails before you've recorded the video. Once again, you don't create, put it out and see if your audience like it. You create what you know your audience likes. You get the thumbnail and the title already. You make the video to that, then your audience will like it. Reverse engineer this based on what we know from our research. No trial and error needed. Let's use research. And now if you watched enough videos, and we did the 4 types of videos on YouTube section earlier, are there any style similarities between this? For example, is there voiceover? Is there a punchy intro all the time? How long are the videos in length? Is there a similarity to that? Are they all set up in the same, at a desk? Are they all in a studio? Are they out on location? Are there style similarities between these that we can now work out is needed in your niche? That's what we're going to get from research. And it's a really exciting time because right now you're probably scrambled ideas, not knowing what to do, got too many. Now you're going to, through research, be able to get exactly what your first 30 videos should be about. Thumbnails should look like, titles should be. We get going in the niche. It's so exciting. I love this part. So having said that, let's go on to the next section. I'm going to research this niche, actually, the female fitness student niche, and you can then align exactly what I do into research your own niche. Be this I don't know if you're doing a cooking channel, if you're doing a vlog, you're doing entertainment, you're doing a presenter, tech review, you're researching exactly the same way. I'm going to create sheets for that niche so you can see what I discover. You will be surprised how much discovery you make from this. And then I can take that away and then it's your turn to do exactly this. I'll see you in the next lecture.